I was living a lie, uh, and basically, I was destroying myself from the inside out.
Well, he spent decades of his life trapped in silent addiction, gambling. And now, with even more ways to bet and lose here in Ohio, he has a warning for all of us tonight. 10 TV's Brittany Bailey is sharing his message and a potentially disturbing trend in helpline calls.
Well, this is the number you're supposed to see on every sports betting advertisement, the Ohio Problem Gambling Helpline. Now, in the first 10 days of this year, there were more calls to this number than in all of January 2022. Some worry it may only get worse.
My earliest memories of the time I had with my father was him taking me to where he would go place his illegal bets with the bookmaker at a place on the west side of Charleston, West Virginia, where I grew up.
Jess Stewart says he was just 6 years old when the seed of a gambling addiction was planted. And it blossomed as he grew older, intersecting with his own time playing sports and spurred along by the death of his mother.
Gambling of choice was pretty much anything that I could get to. When I moved to Ohio, it was thoroughbred racing and harness racing at Northfield Park in Thistledown. Eventually, in the 90s, I made my first trip to Las Vegas, Nevada, and it took off from there.
He tried to get help in 2008, but felt stigmatized by someone who was supposed to be helping him, so he just couldn't kick the habit. It would take another 8 years.
In 2016, it all came to roost again, and I took what I do believe to be my final trip to Las Vegas. And in a span of a week, I lost about $40,000 and was ready to basically take my life.
Instead, he checked himself into an inpatient treatment center and finally got the help he needed. These days, he's an advocate for others struggling with problem gambling.
There is no doubt.
He even testified before state lawmakers back in 2021 when they were debating whether to legalize sports gambling in our state.
It's also good that the human side of it gets looked at every once in a while so that people can say, hey, this is real. We have to be careful with not only what we say, but what we do.
There is a lot of messaging going on right now, and it can be really confusing when you have 20 plus different mobile operators trying to get your business and get your dollars.
Derek Longmire is the executive director of the Problem Gambling Network of Ohio. He confirms there's been a spike in those helpline calls.
So we know that the more opportunities there are to gamble, more Ohioans will gamble, and then more Ohioans will develop problems. And that's what we're here for.
You need to open up. You can't keep it in. You need to open up. That's the first step into recovery, is coming clean and talking about it.
Another reminder here, this is the number you can call if you need help. And we'll link to many other resources in this story on our website, 10tv.com.